All right, thanks everyone for joining us this afternoon. We're joined by Keaton Ellis. If you have a question for Keaton, please use the raise hand feature. I'll call on you to unmute, and then you can ask your question. We'll start with Tyler Donahue. Go ahead, Tyler.
Good afternoon, Keaton. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. I'm just curious now, are you as comfortable at safety as you were at cornerback? And if you're not, what do you need to do to close that gap?
Yeah, and I definitely feel like, I'm there, I'm getting closer. Obviously, it just takes, reps in practice, reps in games. And, I feel like, I'm getting there. And that's like the biggest thing is just getting live reps. And I feel, really confident back there right now. And, it just, comes with time, and I'm only going to get better.
We'll go Max Ralph, followed by Luciano Chatlin. Go ahead, Max.
Hey, Keaton, thanks for your time. Growing up around State College, being around Penn State a lot, has Maryland ever felt like little brother in a way to Penn State?
No, I never really, looked at it like that. Obviously, being a fan, growing up, every Big Ten team, they're the opposition. So I don't see that, them being any different than any other team we play, each week. And, it's just about, going in each week and preparing, like it's a Super Bowl every week, and, performing well when Saturday comes.
Luciano Chatlin, followed by John Saber. Go ahead, Luciano.
Hey, Kieran, I hope you're doing well, and thanks for your time. I was wondering, what are your thoughts on Tagovailoa, and what have you seen from him so far?
Yeah, he's a good player. You can be able to make plays, can make all of those. So, we're excited, for the competition, and, we're just, really, excited to get to the game and play, and he's a great player.
John Sauber.
Keaton, what do you remember about last year's game against Maryland, and has that loss sort of stuck with you at all?
Yeah, I mean, every loss, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. So, anything in particular that I remember, not really. Just we gotta, prepare, every day, practice hard every day, and it's gonna take care of itself.
Tyler Donahue, Seth Engel on deck. Go ahead, Tyler.
Yeah, Keaton, what's it been like watching Brisker and Brown work off each other on the practice field on game days? And what kind of an edge does that give your defense that those two have so much trust and so much history together?
Yeah, their chemistry is great. Obviously, playing together, for, a good amount of years. And, it's really cool to watch, and just, them communicating with each other, and, you can learn from that, and, try and build that with them as well. And, it's really, cool to watch, and, honestly helps, me like in the learning process of, trying to, become quarterback of a defense, and being able to communicate and having that trust in, one another.
Seth Engel, and then we'll go back to Tyler. Go ahead, Seth.
How's it going, Keaton?
How's it going?
So last year, Raheem Jarrett, went off against your secondary. How do you guys plan to stop his explosiveness this year?
Yeah, man, it just comes down to, practicing hard. This week we have a good, game plan, and he's a great player, and, we just have to, play to our abilities, and, we're excited, for the competition, and ready to get at it on Saturday.
Tyler Donahue, Joe Smeltzer on deck. Go ahead, Tyler.
Keaton, we've heard some good things from the coaching staff about Jalen Reed. You've been alongside him at a lot of these practice sessions. What stands out about his progress as a true freshman?
Yeah, he's, really mature and professional, and has really taken a lot of strides, even through camp and through the season. And, he's an exciting young player. I'm just excited to be able to, grow with him in the position, and, learn with him as well. And, I'm really excited for his future.
Go ahead, Joe.
So being from State College and seeing Beaver Stadium for the most part empty last fall, I know Maryland's a road game, but just generally speaking, this year, what does it mean to you to have seen Beaver Stadium packed again? And what do you think it means just for State College and the community in general?
Yeah, it means a lot. It's a big part of the community, and community feeds off Saturday home games, and it's a it was a great feeling, having all those fans back, and just be able to be a part of like one of the greatest environments in college football.
Seth Engel, Tyler Donahue, you're on deck. Go ahead, Seth.
So Keaton, you were growing up at the time that Maryland joined the Big Ten. That first matchup was, a game in State College where Maryland refused to shake hands with players. I was just wondering, were you watching that game, and has that had any impact on, your intensity leading up to this matchup?
Yeah, I don't remember, watching that game. Obviously, you hear it through social media. And, it doesn't, change our attitude towards the game. And we attack each week like, we always do, and prepare, as much as we can to play the best football on Saturday.
Tyler Donahue, go ahead.
Hey, Keaton, you came in with Devon a few years back, and now you're seeing him play a lot at defensive tackle. We just had him on a call. What has stood out most about his development in year 3, and what has he meant to the defense, especially with PJ going down?
Yeah, he stepped up in a big role, and I'm really happy for him and proud of him. Just to obviously coming in with him, and all of us working to get on the field as freshmen, and that sort of thing is so I'm really excited for him, and he's really stepped up, and taking advantage of his opportunities that he's been given, and I'm just really excited for him, especially in this future, and just proud of him for what he's done thus far.
Go ahead, Tyler.
Yeah, kind of following up, how did you see PJ Mustipher influence Devon and also Keziah, who's playing a lot now? And how does that continue from PJ, even as he's, dealing with post-surgery and everything like that?
Yeah, PJ was a great leader up front. He led by example as well. And even, with the injury, he's still, being very vocal, and making sure that, he's trying to, teach those young guys who have stepped up in those roles, and, making sure they're ready and prepared, and, doing what he can, to make them the best players they can be going into games.
Joe Smeltzer.
So in your transition to the safety position, how much does it help just being able to play alongside Jaquan, because he's developed himself into one of the best, if not the best, in his role in the country?
Yeah, it's I'm really blessed to be able to be playing behind him and learning from him. Obviously, he has a great work ethic, that I can take from and learn from, and he's a great perspective. Obviously coming from JUCO and here and then coming here, he's a great perspective, on the thing, and it's just been a great learning tool for me, and just trying to soak in as much from him as possible, just as far as learning different things and understanding how he works and what he thinks.
Seth Engel.
So interesting storylines last time you guys, played in Maryland. They ended up canceling classes for that Friday. You go in there, you win 59-0. Can you detail, what was the pregame preparation like for that? How did you guys respond to them having class off and making it like a big rivalry, and then also comparing that to post game when you guys go in there and just handle business?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we, go into each week and, prepare, as hard as possible, to get the result we want. And, we prepared like, we always do. And, effort in practice was great. And, those little things like that is just, a little bit more fuel to the fire. But, we attack each week, in its own, and like we do every week, and, just go from there.
Final question, Anderly Penwell, go ahead.
Hey, Keaton. So Tagovailoa has been torching the Big Ten. He's leading in a bunch of categories, or is in the top echelon across the Big Ten. Defensively, what specifics will you guys need to do, especially in the secondary, to keep him from going off? And what are some of those intangibles that make him special?
Yeah, he's a great athlete. Has a very strong arm. So he can make those tough throws and he's able to escape the pocket and extend plays. And he's really a great player. And so we just got to make sure everybody's on point and everybody's doing their job. Just the best way to handle that.
Thank you, Keaton. Really appreciate the time. And good luck this weekend.
Thank you.